Okay, we're live. Think. Let's get things set up as always. Make sure we announce it. Okay, cool. Announcements done. Very nice. Did I put it in the right spot? I think so. Yeah, we're good. Okay, does anyone know if we're still at war or not? Interesting. I'm looking real quick at the Bloomberg feed. U.S. considering winding down Iran. Markets be happy hearing that one. Yeah, they are. For sure. We'll see. We'll see if this makes it to Monday. I'm not sure it will. All right, let me get reset up here. Cool. Yeah, crazy week. Started off not terrible, and then got terrible pretty quick. Let's take a look at the indices. SPY was this Monday? Yeah, Monday, Tuesday was like, oh, look, things are getting better. And then no. We broke through dramatically, in dramatic fashion, through the 200 daily simple moving average. That's the purple line here. And then Trump made his tweet coincidentally right when we hit the same low that we hit. Look at this. Look at the close is the same close, is almost the same close over there. Like that, my line's a little off. I should fix that. I don't know why it's. There we go. That's more accurate. I guess this one then is slightly above it, but that's wild. You know, people say TA is all BS, but like, okay, maybe, but then there's a lot of coincidences, aren't there? Too many, and that's going to hit on the weekly too. Look at that. Boom, boom. This was inner week, obviously, but intro week. Crazy stuff. All right, well, we almost tested the 50 weekly moving average. What about QQQ? Also not great. But the weekly here actually looks okay. Daily, not so much. We dropped out of our famed uranium band, which is not a good sign. Yeah. And then IWM, well, we'll look at a couple others, but IWM is another small cap tracker. We're bearish for sure right now on everything but the monthly. What's the monthly look like? Wow, look at that. Crazy. Yeah, I mean, the monthly is just like, yeah, we're just making a higher high, higher low. After a run like that, can you really argue it too much? I don't think so. It's a pretty solid couple of years here. Really, even longer longer than that. This is COVID. Then we had what? VIX spiking like crazy today. Oh, I'm on the monthly. Let's go to the daily. Oh, actually not that terrible. How is this possible? I feel like VIX should have been at 50 a couple of times already at this point. Never did get a nice SVIX play. I've been waiting for it. SVIX is at a low for sure, but we're going to open up much better than that. Could be a good time for calls. It really depends on what happens over the weekend. I'm not particularly excited about what I see here, though. So, like, I'm not personally willing to get into SVIX, I've got an alert for 12, which is where I would want to jump in. And then you kind of just hold it till things recover. Because that's basically what SVIX does. Uncertainty, crazy spikes. This was July of 24. What was going on here? I don't know, actually. And then we dropped. No. Things are fine. That's what it was. What happened in August of 24 is the question. And then obviously we know about April. Yeah, I'm still not messing with it. And then we have Bitcoin, which is up by $13 right now. Okay, very flat, very flat. And, Bitcoin recovered today a little bit. Had a rough start. But this is definitely a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low situation. So to me, we're on the daily. To me, this is bullish. And the indicators we use also confirm that right now on the daily we're bullish. The weekly, we have not gotten there yet. We need a little bit more time to develop. Ideally, we finish above that line 1 week. Well, 2 weeks. That's what I was hoping would happen this week. But we did not. And that's too bad. But patience on this one. We got plenty of treasuries still floating this one for forever. I think it'll be fine. And then what do we have? All of our post is done. I just realized we just clicked over the 8 o'clock mark, so we don't see any more after-hour trades. I guess I can put on, what is it, down here? I always click on the wrong thing. Oh, here it is. Is it? No, it's not that. Where's the button? Oh, I don't know. That's fine. It doesn't matter that much. I thought you could do it on daily. Do you have to do it on hourly? Maybe you have to do it on hourly. Yeah, whatever. Stick to daily. So yeah, definitely a tough week, tough end to the week. News just seemed to get worse and worse and worse. We had some populars that were down bigly. And then we had some that were okay. Reddit continues to inverse the market. The Mag 7 continued to correct. Meta went down to 593. Microsoft finished at 381, which means I'm getting some Microsoft potentially. Yeah, it's rough out here. It's been a rough couple of weeks for sure. I don't know if I wish I had the after hour here right now. I think that, there's a good probability or a good possibility that we finished up like even 1% on Microsoft. But how do you do it? I'm just going to search it real quick because who cares? Trading View, 24-hour view. What do you got to click on? Extended hours by right-clicking the chart. Really? Is this where you do it? Symbol. Precision, no. What? I'm missing something here. Why do I have this problem every time? I don't know where the button is. Is it here? No, it's the same thing. Do I swear I have to be on like hourly or something, don't I? Let's see if we. Oh, here we go. Okay. We finally got there. Okay, where did we finish though? After hours. 383.52. Okay. We were as high as 384. All right. Yeah, that's fine. What did Google do? I mean, everything recovered a little bit. Did Meta? Meta is in the toilet, by the way. I keep looking at Meta and thinking, man, could be time for some METU. Problem is we have some big gaps still below us that I just think there's a possibility that we fill these. Look at all those stars. Jeez. It's constant on the 2 hour chart. Yeah, so I mean, like, this is a legitimate concern. 550, close that gap. It feels like while we're down here, it might happen. We're bearish on everything but the 1 hour, and I guess maybe the 2 hour. No, we're bearish on the 2 hour also. So definitely some cause for patience here. But I don't know. I think definitely a rough. I lost my settings here. A rough couple of days, and really today was just a kick in the pants. Then we had some others like Reddit. Reddit had inversed the market as it does. CoreWeave finished at 81, and I was surprised by that. I had ADCs, which you can see now did not get assigned, but we were there today. We were below it for a while, multiple times. We went as low as 78, 79 flat, I guess. And now we get to, these shares get called away. We get to maybe CSP back in aggressively. That sounds good. I don't have a problem with that. What happened to NBIZ after hours? Probably up, I would guess, right? Yeah, 118. Okay. I'm waiting on this for a potential gap fill also. Let's look at the daily on that. If we gap fill, like, this is a big gap. I don't think we're going to fill this anytime soon now, but it's definitely a general concern. And if we were to fill that, I mean, I think we go big in it again, or at least I'm going to go big in it again. I'm still going to go big in it, but question is, do I have patience on this one to re-enter? It is very bullish on larger time frames, and these will flip. I mean, the 1 hour and 4 hour we don't honestly care about all that much. The weekly and the monthly is important, and the weekly is, I think, maybe the most important for short-term decisions. So pretty happy with how that trade ended up, though. We sold NBIL at 17, and we've had some chances to get back in at a low cost basis since then. Oh, we're in the weekly. We've been as low as 13, slightly under 13. I haven't pulled the trigger here, though. This is another one where we've got a gap, same reason, that I thought maybe we'll fill this, and if we do, that's when I'll consider getting back in. I did, however, somewhat accidentally get into Robin. I had an old limit order that, not that old, like a week or two old. And yeah, it was like, oh, I could probably get in at 19 at some point. And sure enough, we hit it. So we got in for 19. Let me make sure. Okay. I had to hit the mute button there for a second. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that trade. We'll hold Robin for a while. I think long-term Hood is going to be fine. What am I on? Daily. Am I on Hood? Oh, I'm on Robin. Let's go to Hood. So I had some concerns about this, and we may still hit this, by the way, this head and shoulders target. But I still think that long-term Hood's going to be fine. Ideally, we get a little bit of a bounce. We have turned bullish on the daily. We're not there yet on the weekly, especially after the end of this week. I think we've got probably a couple more weeks before this changes. And you can see, oh, there's the star up there. Yeah, the weekly, the gray being we are still very much in the bearish mode. But yeah, it's been tough for Hood bag holders. Thankfully, I had a couple of shares of Robin up here somewhere. Let's go back to Robin at like 50. But hey, what's going on? Is that are you Chewbacca? I'm guessing based on the name anyway. Yeah, I got shares here at 50, and so buying it at 19, many more shares lowered that cost basis all the way down to I think 21, 22. Awesome. Hope you're having a good Friday. Did you get fried like everybody else? Fried on a Friday? Yeah. I was just going over some of what I experienced this week. I'll say this though, like of a lot of the things that I've had, Reddit, CoreWeave, there was actually a lot of stability in these equities that already corrected massively. And Bob talked about this a lot. Bob Dogs just hit on this one quite a bit. Of these have already corrected, so like they're not gonna keep correcting. Like NBiz here, all of these. Some are still correcting. Like unfortunately, Archer, if you're holding that, is very painful right now. Rolled down and out. Oh, awesome, dude. What were you CSPing? And pickleball, I'm a fan of. I'm not a huge golf fan, honestly, but I do love me some pickleball. We got a net and we set it up in the driveway. I play with the kids, and they love it. It's good exercise too. You gotta move dynamically, and it's all about the touch. Doesn't matter how hard you hit it. Coin is also another one that's kind of bottomed. We had this triple bottom here going on, and it's holding steady now above the 200, back above the 80 MA. It's kind of good, even despite everything that's going on here. So I'd call that a win. OSS, ONS, BABA, and NBiz. You didn't have to roll out CSPs on NBiz, did you? What'd you do, like 120 or something? Oh, did you do it at the day before dilution? That'll do it, but maybe not. Oh, yeah, okay. OSS had a very big return. Oh, 115, you're good then. Yeah, we closed at 117, and I was looking at after hours earlier, and we actually closed at 118. I think NBiz is going to hold pretty steady here. We might have a couple of touchbacks to like this prior double top line, or maybe even as far as the top of the gap, but feels back to bullish for me. Rolled early. Okay. Oh, before tee off. That's fair. What did you get for the day? Are you in the 80s? That would be my guess. 80s, 83. I mean, I would find that respectable. I probably play 150. What was the other ones? Ons, yeah, Ons was an interesting one today. Still finished above 10, which is kind of cool. Roll to 105. Okay, that's pretty good. I was talking about your golf score, not your roll. Uh, Ondis, I think, is just going to stay in this channel, which we've been in for a few days here. It's just kind of going back and forth until we get to earnings, which is next week. And I don't know why they're doing this, but they keep reiterating their earnings expectation and tweaking it slightly. And I don't think the market cares. I think this was purely based on the drop that everything else had. I mean, look at Rocket Lab. Look at Lunar. ASTS. Everything did the same. So I look at ONS and I'm like, eh. I closed these out, actually. I can delete this. Bought those back. Got me some nice premium this week instead of waiting till next week. I'm hoping that, Monday, let's look at the after hour on this one too. I'm hoping that Monday maybe we have a nice bounce back. We close slightly higher at 10.14, so not much. That's up 8 cents. So nothing too exciting there. But, again, we're just as likely to continue to bounce around here for another 5 days. And that gives us 3 days, or 2 days, because this is in the morning, isn't it? Yeah. It doesn't say it here, but I'm pretty sure they said it was going to be at 8:30 in the morning. So we got 2 days to resell. If we get any upward momentum, this is still going to be able to resell for quite a bit. Picked up SMCI. All right, let's look at that one. I haven't looked at that one. I haven't touched this. I know a lot of people have messed with it because of this. That is an ugly gap. Wow, look at that. That's wild. Let's look at the weekly. Okay. So we're definitely at a recurring bottom here. The thing is, because of that gap. So here's my thing. Let me delete this line. These gaps, I no longer feel comfortable messing with them right away. I usually give them time to resolve because there's a high probability. The CCs are fine, by the way. I think that's probably a good way to play it. But what did you CC at? So you got it at 2160. So right, basically in the middle of the day. That's cool. That's good. I think that's a good entry. I see that we're at 20, but I wouldn't feel bad about that. That's just, again, the market selling off. If you're CCing at like 22, 23, 25 even, 25, I think that's all good. I think that's a good play. I think it's highly likely that we do something. Where's the drawing thing? Oh, it's over here, right? There we go. It's highly likely that we like bounce off of this a couple of times before we break through eventually. I do think we'll eventually break through. I don't see why we wouldn't. Well, I think AA pointed out the risk. If Nvidia cuts off any of their like contracts, then yeah, maybe that's a concern. But otherwise, yeah, this is fine. You'll get paid off of this repeatedly. Now, I do think that there's opportunity for a leap play as we find a bottom. And, if we do like a nice little Adam and Eve bottom, as we tend to, which is, Adam is this one? Is it this or backwards? Maybe it's backwards. Maybe it's the, whatever. If you see something like this happen, then I like to consider maybe a leap play over here, because there's a good chance that you break through from here. So I'll keep them on the radar, actually. I haven't had them on my watch list in a long time. But let's add them. Wow, I do want to check one thing. Do they make money? Yes. Okay, cool. It's like a new rule that I have for adding any new positions. If the company doesn't make money, I'm taking them off the list. Holy cow, they're minus 30%, dude. That's wild. I didn't realize it was that big of a drop. Holy. Very nice. 5 contracts. Nice, dude. I think that's a great play. And you're not, I don't know percent-wise what that is, but realistically, that sounds like a fine number to wrap up in what could be mild risk, but potentially high reward. Look, if you sell at 25 and get paid for the CC, you're probably doing what, a 20% trade on that, 25%. That sounds good to me. What else? Nem is a big dropper right now. Oh, look at that. We got the tweezer, but not the good tweezer. It's backward tweezer. It's because gold is off its rocker, and the question is, how far is gold going to fall? I bet we bounce back up here like a slight rally. There's bag holders up here at 5,500. That's awful. Somebody bought it at Costco at 5,500 all day. You know it. I got a picture somewhere where I took a picture in Costco where they were advertising buying it as you walked in the door, back when it was 4,200. Down here somewhere. Okay, still going right here. And I laughed. I was like, yeah, right. And the lady was like, yeah, gold is at all-time high. Maybe, must have been all the way back here. No, was it in October? No. It was this year. And I said, I know. That's exactly why I would never. Maybe it was 4,600. And then sure enough, it ran to 5,600. I'm like, oh, maybe I should have bought gold. The thing is, once you buy gold physically, how do you get rid of it? Right? Like, how do you store it? How do you feel comfortable keeping it in a place that somebody's not going to know you have it? And then I have no interest in it. I'd rather a gold ETF than physical gold myself. I understand why rappers wear gold in the form of jewelry instead of buying the stuff from Costco. That seemed to make sense to me now. But yeah, I think this is this is wild. Not surprising though. After that run up, it was bound to happen. And silver got the same treatment, right? Yeah, we're basically the same chart now. Silver down from a high of 120 to 67 in what? 2 months? A month and a half. Yikes. And copper too. Copper didn't have the same run up, but they're feeling it down at the 200 SMA. ASTS 102. Oh, nice, dude. You know, I keep thinking about getting into ASTS, but the whipsaw, and I like me some whipsaw. It's just insane. I feel like this is the most insane ticker I follow. Swinging from 77 to 106 to 84 to 100 to 85. I mean, definitely you're getting premium here. And it still does seem like a good long-term bet. I mean, if you look at the weekly, it's purely higher highs, higher lows. It takes out a lot of the volatility when you look at the weekly. And look, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Even though it dropped by like 50%, it's still a higher low. And then we did it again. Higher high, higher low. Now what? I've been hoping that it got to here. There was some math involved where I was like, okay, we hit 102 and we dropped all the way to 50. It's a 50% drop. So we hit 130. I'm like, okay, 65? I'll buy a 65. And then we never got there. I thought we were going to also. Hey, Foregunner, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Got a super in the house. Rolled Baba puts. Oh, Baba. Yeah, I saw Baba's... Whoops, Babia? No, Babva? No. Their earnings were not good. Double miss. And missing on earnings and revenue, that's just, it's not good. I mean, they only missed by $500 million. That sounds like a lot, though, doesn't it? And that must be flowing through in the earnings. So, not a surprising correction. What did the daily look like there? Just a gap down. What's the puts on Baba? I would think 110 maybe? Cypher, I don't know what CMPS is. And DLO is also, that's not what I think it is it? It's all because investment in AI. I wonder, at what point do people, is it because everyone is investing in AI that there's no longer an edge and it's just seen as a cost of doing business? I haven't really fleshed that thought out, but as it's coming to me, I'm like, hey, that kind of makes sense. I could see that being the case. Because who hasn't invested in AI by now? I can't imagine there are many companies. Like, what is Baba AI even for? Same as every other business, right? All right, let's look at Cypher. I know that's a Bob Dog favorite. Foregunner, what you got going on this weekend? You got anything exciting? Do you have an okay week or crushed like everybody? Yeah, GME, I have been playing those CCs. I played 25. Oh, okay. Let's skip Cypher. We'll go back to Cypher. GME, let's look at the GME chart. Look at this. I mean, this wedge has held up outside of these couple of days here, which I know the trend was broken for a day and a half. But look, we followed this perfectly. Look how many times we've touched that. Here, back here, almost here, a couple of times here. So I was looking at this, and I do have 30 Cs on a taxable grouping out in June, which paid bigly. But man, I went aggressive. I said, "There's no way at this expiration, 25 is probably safe." And sure enough, the chart, this TA has been spot on, man. You were up in the week. Nice. Oh, well, down today. Okay, but still nice shot because everybody was down today, unless you were buying wild amounts of puts. I like how Chewbacca is literally just sharing his entire spreadsheet tracker. It's good. All right, you got Hood also. Let's go back to GameStop. Okay, at this point, we got earnings coming up at some point. I don't know if this is confirmed. I don't think this is confirmed yet. Whenever earnings is, though, I will make a big play, probably at 25 again. And if the shares get called away, great. But I don't think we're done with this wedge yet. I bet we bounce back up to here. And then, yeah, I think we keep backtesting. And eventually we are going to have to bust out of here by September, which is pretty far away. South Florida, dude, nice. Normally I would be very envious, but it was 75 degrees here today, and I was doing yard work, cleaning out flower beds for the last couple hours. It's probably why you didn't see me much on Discord today. Well, I was active this morning, but then in the afternoon I was busy getting dirty. All right, we'll go back to Hood. 70 was tight, though. Did you roll out Hood? Or did you just celebrate that one? That was a good pick, though. Did you use the uranium band? Same temp in Florida. Really, I would have guessed it was like 90. No. Oh, well, it was a good pick if you did. It'll get you pretty close. We bottomed out there at 70. I mean, yeah, actually, same exact open for back here in February. It's cool. What part of Florida are you in then? Are you you can't be south then? TA premium. Oh, in TradingView, because you do get all of these indicators just being a member, so you do have those. Okay. Well, if you do get it, cool, and if not, cool. Let's look at this. Okay, I wanted to look at this today. I have a couple of things open. And I wanted to look at Hood on the new web app. I don't know if you guys have seen this. This is zoomed in maybe too much. What's the IV right now? 70. That's not bad. 69%. Nice. If we look at AI Insights, let's see what Hood tells us. How is it? Wait, Foregunner, how is it cool in South Florida? South Florida's got to be, it's usually like 1,000 degrees. Okay, bearish for Hood. Target 66 to 75. That's the range. That's the implied move. So we're at 70 right now, 70 and change. Hood is showing strong bearish momentum. Price below all major EMAs and RSI oversold. Stock, yeah, well, okay, but it's oversold. The stock has declined 4% today, like everything, and sits at only 33% of its 52-week range. Wow, I didn't know it was as high as 154, actually. That's pretty wild. Price trading above or below all key moving averages. RSI, MACD's bearish. Stock trading at, yeah, okay, well, that's just repeating itself. High PE still? Okay, good to know. Strong bearish, multiple time frames, further downside, 65, 67 support. Wait a second, is it copying my line? No, I'm at 60. Okay. Interesting. I don't know. That seems pretty aggressive. Fintech sector vulnerability to regulatory changes and economic slowdown could amplify selling pressure, but beyond technical levels. That is an interesting point, actually. So what that really is saying is, if everyone is feeling like we're in a recession, are people trading as much? Are they generating as many contracts or revenue from contracts, things like that? Selling options, buying options? Probably not. But that's also kind of like a short-lived thing. And I don't know. PE is 33.9. That is definitely high. What is earnings recently? Revenue is a couple bill. In 2025, almost 5 billion. Cost of revenue, gross profit, net income. I don't know. They're making money, that's for sure. And with all the things that they've added, I think they are essentially cornering the hip market of younger investors. Hey, Eakin, good to see you. I hope you're doing well as well. Hot in Austin. Well, yeah, I mean, it's Texas. Of course it's hot there. I was in Austin one time. You have. Hey, Ansh. Are you. I don't know who you are based on your YouTube name. Are you a Theta Daddy or Super Daddy? I know you're not a Sugar Daddy. We only have one of those. That one's easy. And Showcase would know that they have access to this. But, well, to answer your question, I guess, it is currently accessible to all of our Super Daddies. And that's not for any reason other than it's being tested under load with another, 40, 50 users. I don't think everyone uses it or everyone is ever going to use it. There's a component of people who literally join the Discord just to follow our trades, which is funny because we're definitely not a trade signaling Discord, although we share our trades, obviously. But the tool is amazing, and I think everybody should get used to using it because it's well organized and it's only getting better. But anyway, so supers have use of it right now, and if you don't, just either open a ticket or ask Salty. Hey DT, coming in at the right time, coming in hot. I'm gonna stop using that word. And then the rest of the group for the Theta Daddies will have access. We're shooting for April 13th for two reasons. One, that gives us a little bit of time to fix some bugs. There's a lot of bugs that, wow, that sounds terrible when I say it like that. There are bugs that have been found as expected by increasing the testing users from 5 to 40 to 45. I don't know, whatever it is. And Salty's working through those. So the Theta Daddies will get access probably April 13th, which is also our 1-year anniversary. So we're very excited about that. That's essentially live launch for everybody. And then also, if you aren't on the Discord, which I think everybody watching right now is on the Discord, you can also get it separately for a lower price if this is all you want. I think. We haven't actually confirmed that, but obviously, so there's only a couple of differences that'll be noted for Theta versus Super Daddy on the web app. And it's going to be how frequently you can use the AI insights. And that's because every time you run this, it does cost us money. So that's the divider where obviously if you are paying more, then you get to use it more and vice versa. But regardless, you'll still probably get to use it enough to use it a few times a day, every single day. So it's not like you just won't be able to use it 50 times a day unless you upgrade a super, and then it's more or less unlimited. Not 100%, because there are like fair use limits that, again, if somebody's just running 1,000 a day, it will go broke eventually. But yeah, super cool. And we're actually looking to do things like put the TradingView indicators in here. There may be some ways that we can do that. You can see we've got the basics here right now. You can do RSI, you can do MACD, which are actually what we do with some of the TD indicators anyway. So I guess we can say that we have some of them in here. But yeah, very cool stuff. And then, of course, you can put like the SMAs in here and EMAs if you want. Although I need to let them know we have the wrong EMAs. It should be 8, not 9. But anyway, you get the picture of what we're trying to do here. So very exciting. It's good. I use it all the time. There's some cool things like insider trades. They literally list everything. I don't even know where this is pulled. You can look at the last 200 transactions. That's crazy. And it's cool because you can see, buys versus sells. Wow, this goes forever, huh? Wow. Cool. Then some stats, performance, of course. We've got our watch list here that you can add as many as you want. I only have a few in here right now. But, CoreWeave, yeah. So look at this. Let's look at CoreWeave. What do we want to do with CoreWeave? Get some AI insights on CoreWeave. Wait a sec. Come on. Do I have to type it in? No. Okay, like I said, there's some bugs. I wonder if I have to, if I type it in and refresh it this way, will it work? Let me zoom out slightly. Nope, something went up. I will let Salty know. Bug report. And this is cool too, right? We've got the bug report here. AI insights not working. The AI insights on the research page doesn't load after clicking 100 times. Hopefully I didn't just spend 100 tokens. Let's see. And then this is all. Okay, we're in. Watching Iowa? Who's Iowa? It's a state. Is that the potato state? No, that's Idaho. What's Iowa known for? Wrestlers. What else is Iowa known for? It's a very rectangular state, isn't it? Okay, where were we? We were talking about all of Chewbacca's trades. Corn? Yeah, but I thought Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio were also known for corn. Software so far has been good. Bug hunting has been fun. Oh, are you using it, Beacon? That's awesome. I think it's great. I think it's been so it was originally Bob Dog's idea. Well, okay, that's not entirely true. Bob Dog had a vision for the tools, and that was like indicators and potential website tools. Salty Meat had a vision as well, and then we kind of coalesced into one. I've been real big on the trade journal stuff. This is where like my focus is, as well as the learning center. There'll be some stuff put up here eventually, but this is a lot of work for me. I have to make videos. I don't think people realize each video I make, it might only be 10 to 20 minutes. Literally 8 hours of work. I did time cards on the last like 3 or 4 videos, and it's 8 hours of work with editing and whatnot. So it kind of sucks. And they don't even perform well. Like, just I don't think people care about financial education. I think most people, well, okay, that's not true. The Theta Daddies do, but like the worldwide YouTube crowd do not. They just want you to tell them what to buy and to make money and not have to think about it. So it's unfortunate. It's tough. Field of Dreams was in Iowa? Oh, that's cool. Okay, that's something worth being known for. We also have achievements. How have I not unlocked any? Oh, these are learning achievements. That's why. Okay, no, all right. I want to go back to research and see if CoreWeave works now. Do I have to like log out and log back in? Maybe. All right, we'll do that some other time. In the meantime, let's go back to TradingView. Actually, no. Let's go back to some of the trades we made. So we did good this month, or this week. Well, this month too. We had a 15K premium week, which we have not had in a while. Not since one time in January. But, well, that wasn't just premium. That included selling NBIL, which reminds me, I almost forgot. I need to buy my FXAIX before I forget. You like my faux dark mode? Does that help at all? Maybe, hopefully a little bit. Slightly. Yeah, this has been great though. We had NBIL made us 11,000. And then NBIZ and CoreWeave and some buybacks made us another 4K. So yeah, walked away with a little over 15,000. We bought back Bull. Bull was one that, Bull is a sad story right now, but honestly, I keep making $500 a week on it. It's not really $500 though. You shouldn't think of it that way. I keep lowering my cost basis by 4 cents at a time. I have way too many shares, and so it ends up even at 4 cents. It ends up being $500. It shows 375 here. Is that true? I don't think that's right. Maybe it is. Yeah, whatever. I thought it was. Oh, maybe if I let it go to expiration, it would have been. Well, it would have been 625. Anyway, whatever. It was good. I was happy with this trade. We'll resell it again next week. If you sell out a couple of weeks, you can get 6, 7, 8 cents for fairly low delta, and then you could always roll if you need to. So that's kind of where my mind's at on it. I may have missed this. Do you have a drawdown in your portfolio? How are you managing the bearish market impacting the stocks you're running options on? Yeah, I think everybody does, man. If you don't, I don't know what stocks you're picking. There's not been a lot of routinely green anywhere. So basically what I've been doing is selling options on things that are, in some cases, like Reddit. I've been selling options below cost basis. And then when we get close on a run up, I just roll it out. So right now we have two sets of options on Reddit. We got 160 and 150. And you can see here, I rolled out here from 145 to 150. It would have actually been fine, but we were over 145 for a little bit there. And I didn't really want to deal with getting these called away and if it was on a run. So instead, I just roll it out. This was a mistake, actually. I thought it was a 10-cent net credit. It ended up being a 10-cent debit. At some point, the option changed, and I didn't catch it. But it's fine. It doesn't really matter. It's still $1.28 and expires next week, and I think it'll be fine. I could actually buy to close this already. And then Reddit from 150, I said, well, if I'm rolling the other one to 150, I should roll this one to 160 because this one's intaxable. And that's it. So there are times where I don't sell. Is this right? Why is this not? This should be highlighted. But yeah, there's times where I don't sell and I just wait. I have a few like Galaxy right now, where Galaxy I've been selling and buying back repeatedly. And for Galaxy, the really nice strategy that I've been doing, my cost basis is very high in Galaxy. It's like 38 or 37, which seems crazy, right? We're at 20. But in June, I keep selling $40 calls for like $1.10. And then I buy to close at 50 cents repeatedly. And you can see where I was doing that. It was sell to open, buy to close. Sell to open, I bought the close a little too early here, but I could have waited and bought it back for 50 cents probably, if less than that. Actually, we can look. Let's see. What is the June option? Right now it is for 40. Yeah, the bid ask is 40 to 60. So I probably could have bought the closes for 50%, if not better, in a couple of days. So those are things you can do. I know a lot of people feel like selling far out options is bad. June sounds further than it is. It's only 3 months now. It's literally exactly June 18th was exactly 3 months away a couple days ago. I didn't mean to click on that. There we go. So, this is fine. It's above my cost basis. It pays. If I have to wait forever, it does still pay a positive % return, even if called away. And I'm fine with that. But more frequently right now, I'm buying to close it and doing that repeatedly. CoreWeave's an interesting one. I sold ADCs below cost basis. They got called away at 81. They almost did not. If we go back to the chart, we were below 80 multiple times. And now I'm going to CSP in at 80. And if I don't get it, I may transition this over to NBIS as an example, right? So I'm staying within the same sector. They're both data centers. I may make a change like that depending on how next week looks for both of them. So yeah, I keep selling them is really what it is. You have to make sure that you have a plan on what you're going to do if you're selling covered calls and it goes beyond that price. And two, whether that's rolling out or just making sure you're ultimately okay with selling it at that point. Size of port for 15K. What are you talking about, Chewbacca? Hey, Salty. Salty's here. I'm not going to out you. I know who you are, though. And Alec made it? Wow, look at that. Are we going to keep updating Excel with the trade journal in the app? Right now, I'm doing both. So I do have, there we go. What I've been doing is this cool new view you can do. Here we go. And I've been doing this, and I'll just do trade journal. I haven't closed everything out yet for the week because it does take a little bit longer. But I've been in the habit of this for so long that this makes sure that I don't miss anything just in case. And I'm just doing them both like this. It works. It's fine. This is fine. It's actually not painful at all to enter a trade. And then, you can filter very quickly on what you're looking for. So Salty has done a fantastic job on this, of course. So yeah, no, it's all good. That's my current method. And I'll probably keep this going for the year, though. There's a couple things that I'm just very used to being able to look at this at a glance and know what's going on. There are some things that could be interesting here, which Salty, if you're still listening, highlighting, maybe we highlight rows that are in the money, if that's a possibility. I don't know. Have we talked about that? Maybe we've talked about that. That would be cool, though. So I mean, those are some of the things that I do right now, where I highlight in the money. I highlight, like, if I just realized why this isn't highlighted yet. Like if these are all open, you'll see that the colors change. So that conditional formatting makes me look at it and go like, oh, maybe I need to roll, or oh, something happened. What do I want to do here? And those are useful things to have. Alec, what are you doing? I haven't seen you around much lately. You all right? The distinction between taxable and non-taxable and how you roll it. Yeah, I think that's a key thing where, so Reddit, even though Reddit looks like it's in bad shape right now, which it is, it's, down 50%. It's not the only one. A lot of things are down 50% right now. Not that it makes it better. But my cost basis is down here in the 60s. Well, 40s, 60s, and 80s. And in taxable, if I sold here, if I got called away at 150, it would suck. It would be like a 200% return or more that I don't want to have to pay taxes on right now. So I'd still rather, even at this point, I'd still rather just roll it out and delay my gratification a bit. Wow, I just noticed Lily still dropping. Woof. I'm keeping an eye on you, Lily. I'm coming back for you. He's planning a wedding. Whose wedding is he planning? Are you like my sheet still, Alec? All right, that's cool. What is the port size that you have that made 15K this month? Oh. It's about, the spreadsheet's not updated with the holdings. It's probably down like 40K. It's probably like, let me look. I can estimate real quick for you without having to go. I don't want to go into my stuff, but I can estimate real quick. It's probably about 950, I would say. So it's more than 15%. Or what is it? What did I say it is here? Yeah, it's probably about 9 to 950, something like that. That number's close enough to accurate. So yeah, I should close that window, huh? It doesn't show your account information on Robinhood, thank goodness. But everything else does, everywhere. I hate it. I would have Fidelity open right now if it didn't plaster my information everywhere. Like, here's your full account number in 7 places. Vanguard's worse. Vanguard shows it on every screen in multiple places. Brutal. Planning a wedding. All right. Your wedding? You're older than 12. Well, I hope so. I mean, you should be if you're going to get married. Yeah. Well, Chewbacca, it's worth mentioning that that wasn't all premium, right? Like 11,000 of it was NBIL, and the NBIL hold was a month and a half, maybe a month. I mean, it was a good return for holding it. It was great. but it was a longer hold, so it feels disingenuous to say that like I didn't make it all this week. That trade just happened to close out this week, and that's how it's going to work, right? It's always going to be a little bit lumpy. Actually, if we go here, we're always going to have these spikes. The key is this up here, right? Like the average is important. Last year we were here. It was great. But it was a bull market, right? And to be at this level in a bear market, whether it's officially called that or not, the stocks that we're all trading on is definitely generally bearish. This has been good. This has been what I need to feel confident in any market, because this market has really, the last 3 to 6 months have sucked. My all-time high, some of these were probably in, I haven't updated all these in a while, because it just hurts to look at, and there's no real reason to make yourself feel bad about something that's outside of your control, in my opinion. And where was I going with that? Oh, so like it's fine that things have retraced, but as long as things are able to still generate income, and I haven't lost any shares, I do think that over time we go back. I do think that. What do I have open right now? Lily's at 900. I bet in the future Lily breaks 1100 again. When's it going to be? I don't know. It could be in 2 years. But if you're not losing your number of shares, then that's going to re-expand to a very nice spot. I feel that way about Bull. I know a lot of people don't. Oh God, I gotta eat a habanero soon. Oh, that's not good. Do you guys think we'll get back to 18 by the end of March for Bull? I mean, it's only like 3x, 4x, shit. Okay, we're running out of time, Bull. But even this, right? Like, I know, terrible, bearish looking stuff going on right now. But I haven't sold because I believe in the company long term, and every time we bottom, it feels like we've bottomed, but then we haven't. All the indicators say that, yeah, it's definitely bearish. But to me, I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's still generating income. And I haven't lost any shares. And if I sell now, I'm just selling low. Like literally, I'm the guy. But I don't mind holding some bags. I have cut some bags too, though. I have taken the hit on like HIMS. I got out of HIMS. I decided that the thesis, I haven't looked at it in a while, but I cut here. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt to look at this. It's not like ideal, obviously, but or did we sell it here? No, we sold it at 16 or 18 or whatever. I mean, this is great for HIMS holders right now. I don't trust it personally. And the thing is, I just don't believe in it anymore. And there was some big news that came out here that now I'm blanking on. But it changed my position. It changed my outlook on the stock. And that's going to happen sometimes. I'm of the opinion that between all of the generics coming out for weight loss drugs, the inability of management to work with NVO, regardless of how many times they seem to get their stuff together, they still haven't. So I look at them and I'm just like, there's too much risk with healthcare in general. Oh, it was not allowing copycat drugs or something like that, and it was gonna crush HIMS, and still might. So I was like, okay, I'm good. I'll move on. It was not the biggest position. It was like 1,000 shares or whatever. It was definitely a probably 5-figure loss on that. But those you move on. The things that I haven't moved on are a lot of things that are either tied with Bitcoin to some degree, like Bull is definitely tied with Bitcoin. Galaxy is tied with Bitcoin. There's some other things. And eventually, I do think it'll come back. I think Master will eventually, or MicroStrategy or Strategy will eventually own enough Bitcoin where it has to go up based on supply and demand. I don't know. I have some coin that is down bigly, Con-L. But again, like it doesn't faze me. It sucks to look at. But you have to zoom out. And you see, like, even when I open the charts, I keep zooming out. You can't help it, right? That's what you need to do. That's what you should do. And the question is, do you think that it's going to continue to trend like it has or go to zero? basically. Now, a strategy I do think might go to zero. Let's go look at strategy. Oh, but strategy's bullish somehow. On the daily and the weekly, they got a weekly bull candle. Wow, well, they've had it. I still have this idea that strategy goes to zero though. They're trading way below net asset value though. That's the thing. At that market cap. Okay, let me catch up. Oh, you guys are talking a lot, and I've been just yapping. You should have full port ons. When? It's not been that great lately, dude. ONS is dealing with what everybody else is. It's at 10, and we were at 15. It's down. That's a big percent to be down, right? 33%. And, oh, by the way, the swings week to week are from 9 to 12. Repeating, of course. Got the line over it. It's in a very wild spot right now. So, I mean, you should have full ported ONS at $2, yeah, or $1. And sold at 15. Why didn't you do that? Why didn't we all do that? We should have done that. Video summary, or the summary view you have in the Excel is really cool, but it took, oh yeah. It does take time to get it going. But once it's going, it's all the same. 2 weeks ago, you entered 127 CSPs. For what? Oh, you already closed them. Oh, nice, dude. Well, that's nice. Yeah, and this is probably another good point. We're at like a localized bottom likely, especially if the tweets that came out at the end of the day are real, then we're in good shape. If they're not real, well, then we have more pain coming our way. The next thing you're going to add to the web app after getting everybody set is the auto brokerage linking. Yeah, that's a big one. That's pretty amazing. 5 trades a day, eats into the profits. What are you talking about? Just buying the close? Want to get to a point where we have a lot more metrics? Yes, we do. Working on getting the real TV. Oh, I talked about that already, Salty. Talked about that. Salty, can you fix this while you're looking at, or if you're listening again? I don't think you heard me before. 2 things. One, can we do the conditional formatting here? I can add the feature request, I guess, where it highlights it if it's in the money. Unless it does that already and I didn't realize it. I don't think it does, though. But for the research, the simple moving averages are fine. Although I think a lot of people use the Tau of Trading, which, bam, is 50, 100, 200 SMAs, and EMAs are 8, 21, 34. 21, 34? Yeah, I think so. Well, I could look right here, huh? 8, 21, 34, 50, 100, 200. So that would just line up with how we talk about it. So we should probably change that. But otherwise, all good. My dog's barking. Can you hear it? You were in ONS at 80 and sold at 150. Me too, brother. Me too. I had 150 CSPs when it was 180. And I bought those back, made some decent money off 100 contracts. It was the most number of contracts I'd ever done until I have Bull now. But yeah, that was a big one. 20K shares at $2. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, Salty. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Biggest issue is having to troll what I expect to be in this week's coin in my pocket. So here's the thing. Eventually, you will flip that mindset. Just because, I think it's inevitable over time where I stop caring about the weeks. I care about this average. That's all that matters. And it's not even the last 8-week average that matters. It's really annually that matters. That's how far out you should be thinking, I think. Because it's a combination of investing for sure. But unless you're using that money on a weekly basis and pulling it out, who cares? Make the best play that for the long term gets you the most return, and you'll make the most money. That's it. Whoops. Oh, sorry. Hopefully I didn't deafen anyone. No, it doesn't get add that highlighting in the money. Ooh, cool. And you're gonna do any? Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That works. EMA, SMA, yeah. Uh, yeah, the early ons was nice, but only Tron really won that. Well, Tron and Young Ember, those guys both went pretty deep and stayed with it. This was just a wild channel from what, $2 to basically $10. And even though we retraced to under five briefly, who went all in at five? I wonder, not me. We all should have gone in again for another 3x. This was just some wild trades, and yeah, they had some good vision there. I'll be honest. The more I look at the company, the less I feel we're breaking 15 anytime soon. I could be wrong. Hopefully, I'm wrong because I think it's a good company. My concern is the number of acquisitions. While the assets are going to increase, obviously, I don't know the truth about all of the liabilities on those companies. There's a whole lot that goes into acquisitions that doesn't come out cleanly in discussions. One of the biggest things is anyone who's worked at any company. I mean, most companies have gone through acquisitions at this point. I've exclusively worked at companies that have either been acquired or acquired somebody. Generally, I've been acquired, actually, almost every time. And it's painful. There's a lot of cost associated with it. There's the whole integration cost, the technology side of things. It's a long-term play, but the market doesn't price 10 years from now, right? Or 5 years from now. It's really in the next year, maybe 2 years that people can think as that far out. I've always thought about it as people have a 1 to 3 year vision that they can have for a company, and companies have 3 to 5 year visions that they put together that they're working towards. Now, some companies, actually, like Amazon, I had heard, had a 10-year vision at one point. I'm not so sure they still do, but maybe they do. I don't want to misinform it all. But there's a lot of potential there for mismatched perspective. So companies are going to do what they think is best for them for a 3 to 5 year time frame. And if investors are looking at this 1 to 3 year, they don't line up. One is much more strategic versus maybe the tactical nature that investor relations and analysts would be looking for. And yeah, that can hose you. Speaking of getting hosed, Rocket Lab is at 67. Wow. They were at 80 a couple days ago, weren't they? Or 70. No, 80. No, 70. 78. Okay. I'm confusing numbers. Possible opportunity here. I would wait to see, well, I don't know. If we drop out the bottom here, I wouldn't touch it, but could be good CSP opportunities for Rocket Lab. I've been debating getting back into a rocket company. That's why I've got Rocket Lab, Lunar, and ASTS on my list. I don't want any more Archer. I was actually planning on getting out of Archer, and now I'm like, I guess I'll bag hold this. It's a small position, but this is another bag hold that hopefully one day spikes back up. I considered changing it to Joby, but Joby hasn't looked much better. I don't remember what this strong is for. Yeah, definitely. They've been on the struggle bus since their dilution announcement. We need video proof of flights. That's it. That's what we need. And I'm not seeing enough of that. Tron's what got you into ONS at 80? Nice. Only worry about making your HOA payment. Good. Well, hopefully you have a reasonable HOA payment. There's a HOA by us that is, $400 a month. I mean, they got nice facilities and stuff. It's cool, but mine's $40 a month, and I'm like, that seems expensive. I don't even want that. Oh my goodness, dude. What? That's crazy. A buddy of mine just told me that he has an apartment in Chicago, and the HOA fee on his apartment or condo, whatever it is $2,000 a month. I was like, what? How much? Why do you still have this thing? What is wrong with you people? I mean, it's in Chicago. I get it. I guess in an upscale part of town. And he's like, yeah, it's got a nice gym. I'm like, do you know how much Planet Fitness costs? I don't think you do. I go, do you even use? We work out in the morning together outside, no matter what the temperature is. It doesn't matter if it's raining or snowing out, minus 10-degree wind chill. I'm like, you don't use the gym. We work out outside. And he's like, yeah, well, maybe for my wife. I'm like, does your wife work out? I got my wife a treadmill. No. She got the treadmill because she was going to use it. And I used the treadmill in the winter. She's never used it. I go, your wife, I bet, doesn't use it. He goes, no, she doesn't work out at all. So what are you paying for? Insanity, dude. Boat slip, jet ski slip, pickleball court, putting green, pool, and hot tub. All right. Where do you, don't tell us, but like you live somewhere high end, my friend. Good for you. I'm a simple man. I don't want a boat. I did almost get a jet ski once. Ended up not, thankfully. Pickleball's cool. Putting green, not my style. Pool and hot tub's cool. Yeah, the kids would use that a lot. I plan to build a sauna in my backyard. That is a country club. On the water, on a canal or something. I'm going to build a sauna in the backyard. That's my plan. And a cold plunge. I also have a little creek behind the house so we can sauna and then go into the creek. Ideally in the winter and really enjoy the benefits of freezing cold water. It's nice. It's better than you think if you've never done it. You have a sauna in your bedroom, infrared. No. Okay. Don't get me started on saunas. Saunas. Well, infrared saunas aren't considered saunas by the snobs, sauna snobs. I'm a sauna snob. I don't have a sauna, but I'm a sauna snob. I plan to build a Finnish sauna, the type that you put the hot water on the stones. And there's a lot of theory that goes into this. Number one, you have to. Oh, okay. Oh, Shanghai, nice. I've been in one in Shanghai too, actually. Was it the same? Oh, okay, no, I wasn't in your apartment. It had a big thing of salt in the middle, like a big giant Himalayan salt crystal. It was pretty neat. But the whole idea is, number one, your feet are supposed to be above the heater. And then you sit in this zone where you get like the perfect of the convection loop of heat that is perfectly warm all the way surrounding you. And then when you put the water over the rocks, you get this bam, this emerald glassy bam of steam, stinging steam for just a couple of seconds. That is, again, because you're above the heater, full body shock type stuff. And there's a little bit of a convectional breeze and all that. So there's a lot of thought that goes into it. So I have designed it. I'm not bringing that up on Shroom. But we just completed another home project, and now I'm broke for I don't know how many years. So I don't know when I'm gonna get to it. I may just build it myself anyway. I build my kids a treehouse that they don't use ever, so I could convert the treehouse into a sauna. It's a potential. Sensory deprivation tank. I think I might go insane. I've not done it. You've got a hot water heater. That's pretty good, DT. I mean, it's better than not having a hot water heater for sure. Sensory deprivation tanks sound cool. I'm terrified to be put into something that somebody that could then put like weights on top of the door and I can't get out. I think I would feel claustrophobic. I don't know. The idea of it creeps me out a little bit. I don't know if I could do it. I mean, I'm sure I could do it, but it's probably no worse than doing mushrooms. Not that I've ever done mushrooms. I don't even know why I would bring that up. Heading to Nordic Spa on Sunday. Yes. Okay, Ekin knows what's up. Very nice, dude. I do that. I like to do that too. So until I have a sauna, I am very much interested in the sauna cold plunge. There's a bunch of places like that. I thought about opening one. In fact, before Theta Daddies, that was a legitimate possibility and could be still in the future because I got a buddy of mine who is he's not getting fired, but he's refusing to move with his full company relocating to a Northeast state that nobody wants to live in. No offense to anyone who lives in Northeast states. I used to. I get it. But he's going to retire. He's a corporate executive, so he's doing fine. And he's either going to become a goat farmer or we're going to open like a sauna, Finnish sauna, cold plunge studio, high-end stuff, like the real deal with the rocks, maybe a guided tour, right? Massage table, booths, all this stuff. So that's my backup plan if TDs doesn't work out. There were people wakeboarding out of your windows until about an hour. What? That's pretty nice. Yeah, I would think it's cold, though. Yeah, dude, New York, time and place. I really enjoyed growing up on Long Island. I can't imagine a better place to grow up. I'm sure there are other fantastic places to grow up, many of which I bet no matter where I lived, I probably would have enjoyed it. But I have unending stories from being a kid. I'm not sure how I'm still alive, actually, sometimes when I think back on it. Yeah, it was good times. Florida. Yeah, what'd you do? Like wrestle alligators and crap? You seem like a Florida type of guy to me, Alec. I'm not going to lie. What does it even mean? Florida man. Spotted. Okay, we're off topic, guys and ladies. All one of you. Where's I'm not going to out him. I almost outed one of the ladies that I don't think people know is a lady. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. 100%. I played with a baby alligator once. We had to chase us around. We had I'm sure I've told this story. My friend who had the reptile museum, and we let the baby alligator chase us around, ride the tortoises. That was fun. That was a good time. Drinking beer on the back of a tortoise. You know, I would say it's a bucket list item, but I've already done it. But it might be a re-bucket list item. It's very fun. And they literally, if you hold lettuce in front of them, they walk. It doesn't make sense. Domesticated a gator. Name was Steve. Was it an alligator or a crocodile? That's the real question. They have both in Florida, don't they? Or are crocodiles in a different part of the world, maybe? I don't know. Whatever. Steve was it named after Steve Irwin? Man, I had a stingray named Steve. Ooh, too soon. You had one named Spike? Another appropriate name for an alligator. What did you feed it? They had a snapping turtle at the museum, and they fed them mice, like live mice. They just goodbye, basically swallowed whole. Raw chicken. I guess that makes sense. I can't argue it. that does make sense, DT. Raw chicken probably sounds really good to crocodile that they don't have to work for. Does anybody want to talk stocks? I mean, that's kind of what we came here for. Well, at least that's the general purpose, anyway. I guess we talked about most of them anyway. It was a sad week. Not a whole lot else. Is there any news on tweets or anything? Probably not. I haven't seen anything. You don't come here for stocks. Me neither. I come for the high news, really. Talk about Spike after hours. Ooh. Oh, the Spike after hours. I thought you were talking about the alligator Spike. SoFi. Okay. I do, okay. Here's the thing on SoFi. I think I talked about this before. This is my danger zone. We used to be here. I think we're going to end up here again. We are. This tastes like soap. Why does it taste like soap? Sorry, that aftertaste just hit me. I think we're going to end up in the zone, which goes from 13 to 17. And we entered it this week, Thursday and Friday. We closed in it for the first time today. I don't know, man. SoFi is not looking fantastic. I think it's got the same, this chart looks basically the same as Hood. If I can find hood. There it is. Minus the drawings, like a big round mountain. Where's SoFi? I lost it. Oh, it's up here. Big round mountain. Yeah. SoFi looking more bearish than hood, actually. Hood at least kind of evened out a little bit. What do you want to hear about SoFi? Do you want me to tell you it's going to be all roses? I mean, the thing is, it's bearish on everything but the daily. But this is a lie. This is one of those, because it had a spike here, this is showing us as, well, and back here, this is showing us as bullish. But it's like about to turn bearish. And so it's only bullish on the hourly, which, let's look at the hourly. Where did we finish after hours? I mean, yeah, 17 instead of what? 1675? Okay, great. Slight improvement. But look at all the EMAs and SMAs on the daily. It's not good. It's not good. We death crossed. And on the weekly, we've got a similar situation happening where two EMAs have crossed over themselves and about to have all of them cross over the 50 SMA. I don't like it. Just don't like it. Do I think we're going to touch this long-term support from Tariff Mania? No, not really. But I do think we have a chance of backtesting. We backtested the 100 SMA on the weekly. I don't think we'll go all the way to the 200, but it's possible. It's possible. I am keeping an eye on SoFi. If we drop down to this zone, I will buy a whole bunch. Probably like 50K worth. Saddle. I haven't looked at Saddle since, well, today. They had a nice spike. It was earnings, right? Yeah. We're on the weekly. Hold on. It was, is this morning? Yeah. So good earnings. Why did we spike though? What was it? Was it based on earnings? Why did it spike up so much today? Or was it based on Trump tweets that I didn't catch? I've also been keeping an eye on Saddle. I know Bob Dog's a big fan here. I think AA exited his position today, right? At even. Here's the thing. I look at this. I look at the cup, okay? And what do you notice? I'll give you 10 seconds. Or 20 seconds. What do you notice? I'm going to drink some of this while you... Someone answer, please. Plus 16% from when? 2 days ago? Great. Did you buy at the low? Okay, you're not answering quickly enough, Alec. This is slow. Maybe there's a delay. I don't know. What I see is we can't break through this resistance. Oh, like last week? I mean, look, dude. We're sideways trending. That's 100%. We had a cup and handle, a very weird handle, but it was still a handle. We broke out like crazy, and we retraced all the way beyond this handle. And that's kind of the problem, okay? So this has become strong resistance. And where's my rectangular drawing? This is like a previous buy zone. And what do you notice? This line can be put all the way through that box where we were in a channel previously. So there's something about this 360 level that I'm not sure we're breaking out anytime soon without some serious news. We've tried, and even though if you go above it, great, but you have to close above it, and we can't. So instead we have a double top, and you know what happens after double tops? Usually nothing good, okay? That's the problem. Here, let me show you one. ELF. Top, which is the bottom of the gap, another type of line. So not a cup and handle line, but look, it's the same shit, man. We bounced off it, bounced off it again, and we just rejected hard. Double tops are something to be wary of. There's no guarantee. Maybe it breaks through. But in this environment, I don't know. How about this one? ONS tried 3 times this day and rejected hard. I wouldn't call this a double top, but just strong resistance that we can't seem to break through. Who else we want to look at? Oh, Archer. Triple top. Boom, boom, boom. Every time, what happens? Reject. Hard reject. I mean, this goes on forever. GME. It's the angled one, but every time we touch it, boom, 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 boom. Drop. Here's one. Microsoft. Double top. Look, these line up. Boom, boom. What happened? We went from 550 to 380. God damn it. Hey, good theta. I know who you are. I hope things are well down under. Yeah, dude, you should feel good about that. Look, I've been saying this a lot, and I followed my own advice on NBIL this week. You guys saw it. I posted it. There it is. What do? I sold this day. Okay, I'm not saying this to brag, although I'm bragging, obviously. But like, really, when you have a spike like this and you're staring, who knows this feeling? Please tell me. You must know this feeling if you've been an investor for, and specifically investors that like to trade. You could be both. Have you ever stared at really green numbers and be like, oh man, this is good? That's when you should sell. Damn it. That is the message from the higher power. Like now is the time. Don't be greedy. Take the money. And I got out of 17. Look at, and where did we go? We did hit like 1760 or something. I feel really good selling at 17. I'm going to say that because what would have happened if I waited a day? At best, I could have sold at 15. Realistically, I wouldn't have gotten the peak here on a day like yesterday or today. There's no way. So what's the lesson? Like, look, there are times where you just have to recognize this is a wild run. We went from 8 to 18 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. I'm out. It's 100% gain. This is NBIL, so I know NBIL's not quite the same percent, and it's a little different 2x ETF. But the whole point is get out, live to fight another day, and then here's the best part. When you do that, you put yourself in the most flexible investing position. Cash. You can do anything with cash. You can buy shares in CC. You can CSP in. You can do nothing. You can swing trade. You have so many options, literally and figuratively, that you can mess with if you sit on cash. But the moment that you buy a bag, you're carrying it. And everyone gets to see it. Well, I guess nobody has to see it. But you know what I mean. So, like, I thought about buying NBIZ here, or NBIL, a couple of times at 13. I didn't. Now, I could have sold it for, whatever, maybe 15 here with a limit sell. 13 to 15. I mean, I don't think I would have known to do that. And instead, I've sat with this in cash. And that's cool. I'm still sitting in cash, by the way, waiting. And I'm glad I have, because look what the day has brought. A whole lot of red. But cash is great because the cash value hasn't changed. And I can be extremely patient with that. So, good enough for a screenshot? Yeah, buddy. That's it. You can buy double top with cash. Well, that is my thoughts on the subject. And back to Saddle. My thought process is I'm not buying it here. I see a long way down to the bottom of the cup. And that was less than 6 months ago. And it was at $1. And this is where I think I shared this. I don't have it here right now because Salty is not working. You need to know it's for some reason it's not working. The AI insights. I tried like 3 times. I'm wasting tokens or something. There's this though had pointed out a lot of risks for Saddle, and I said, you know what? Is this really where I want to put my cash now? And the answer is no. Thanks for jumping in, Chewbacca. It was good seeing you, dude. No noise will affect me, and I think a lot of the rest of the members, proper English, are feeling the same. I'm seeing thick skin form. Here's the deal. The truth is, anyone can make money in a bull market. Data daddies are no different than any Discord spammer that say, hey, you'll make money with us. I mean, in a bull market, probably. If you're buying calls, eventually something will hit. But like truly now is where you get the full experience of, especially if you're going to do this for the long term, this type of strategy, you need to know and feel and see how your investments do in this environment. And I've personally learned a lot. I imagine all of you have too, especially when it comes to leverage funds. Robin is great at 19. I'm happy with it at 19. I probably would be pretty upset if I was holding it at 120 or whatever it went up to here. And now it's at 18. Like that, I mean, that's an 80% drop, right? Or more. I can't even do the math. 85%? It's a lot. RETL's rough for me. My cost basis is like 3x that. A little less than 3x, but you get the idea. So yeah, I mean, you got to be careful with how much leverage you put out. You also got to be careful with, selling options are great. Wheeling is great. High IV comes to bite you in times like this. Like the high IV stocks are the first to drop. So understanding the right balance of really learning what your actual risk tolerance is. You're only going to learn that in the bear market. I mean, you could say what your risk tolerance is in a bull market. Yeah, I'm fine being aggressive. Yeah, when everything's going up a bajillion %, that feels great. Yeah, I agree. Me too. And then when it drops dramatically, what do? What's your drawdown strategy if you need to take cash out, right? These are the things that, unfortunately, a lot of people have learned, myself included. There's definitely been some things where I'm like, I'm not doing that again. Overexposing yourself to a single sector, right? That can be painful as well. I think a lot of people got bit with AI in general. There's a lot of things to take away from this. But with that information already, as I find myself small cash positions coming back, I find myself being really tight with the decisions that I'm making. And, I've shared that I'm taking a lot of companies off that aren't profitable from my watch list and transitioning more to a mix of profitable companies and a couple of growth opportunity type companies that maybe aren't making money yet, but really have a good track record and vision and execution behind them. Yeah, you could do that, of course. But should everything be a company that doesn't make any money? I mean, it can be. I just don't recommend it. Learning heaps now. I know we don't like to admit it that way, but it's true. That's just how it goes. I think the unfortunate thing is in life, I've learned. I personally learned best burning my hand on the hot stove, and one of the things, I mean, that helped me career-wise, professionally for many years. It's fine to mess everything up once. That was always my professional view on things, right? If you learn from it, great, then you're good. That's fine. You learned a lesson, and now you're a better person because of it, or in whatever it is you're trying to do. If you make the same mistakes over and over, well, that's a problem, right? And something else is amiss there. You're not learning, or you're not fully digesting what happened, or you're letting emotions take over. Those are obviously things that can happen in any domain of what we're talking about from a personal improvement standpoint. But I know for me, like, well, once I get burned, I go like, oh, that is so clear. I will never do that again. Right? Like, I have rules. I have rules where, like Galaxy, I have a high cost basis somewhere up here, and I will never buy a stock after this. I don't care. I don't care what I'm missing out on. Silver, everybody was like, oh, silver. And that was like, nope, that's just not something I do. That's against my rules. I think it was here at $80, and I'm like, nope. But it's a bull flag. I don't care. Went to 120. Yep, still not touching it. And then what happened? 60. Recovered, back to 60. I don't need to trade that noise. I don't need to try to invest in that. You can wait. And I think one of the things that I've connected to that is Warren Buffett. Does anyone remember back in like May of 2025, he pulled out of a ton of investments and went massive cash positions. And he's like, yeah, valuations are crazy. I'm not, we're just not participating anymore. We think cash is a safer, more conservative position and will protect our capital for long term. And everyone's like, Warren's lost his edge. Did he? Maybe it took a year, not even, but like, did he? He was right. If he's still cash from that time, he was so right. So right. See you, Foregunner. Thanks for jumping in. Right. Yep. Diddy? What? Did I say Diddy? Maybe. It might have happened. I'm ranting now. I don't know if it's the high noons or the crappy week in the market. He also has the money to not worry about much. Well, that's true. I think that's not okay. I don't want to sound like I'm preaching. I'm already preaching. I know, but that's kind of what I do. I think to some degree. I don't think that's a good way to look at it. Okay, once you have $100,000 to your name, you feel like you have established yourself a bit, but that $100,000 is very important to you. When you get to $1 million, it's another step up, right? And it's the same thing. You feel like you've established yourself and you've worked real hard for it. And I remember personally, like that milestone, I was like, oh man, I never want to see that number go below where it is today. And there's almost like a identity thing that comes with that. Now, I haven't hit $100 million. I'm not sure I ever will. I don't really care if I ever do. It's not really a life goal of mine. But I would imagine at 10 million, at 100 million, etc., it's the same feeling from the perspective of you as a person. So my point is, I try to, I think once you get to like $1 million, generally you're pretty safe. Like you can mess up your life pretty good and still be fine, right? Basically. Obviously at 10 million, 100 million, that's even more so the case. But it still sucks to lose. To lose something that you had that you no longer have. And so I always try to keep that perspective. Does it matter to him? No. It doesn't matter if he lost 99.9% of his wealth. In fact, he's allegedly spending it all, which I think is BS. Him and Bill Gates and the others who have pledged spending all their wealth or whatever, giving it all away. I don't know. They all still look really freaking wealthy, if you ask me. And last I checked, Warren is about 100. But I think it's important to be careful with how you look at it, because hopefully one day that will be you, that will be me, that will be us, right, as we continue on the journey. And I don't think at any point it feels good to see a number drop, even if you're still fine. Like, I'm still fine. It still sucks that, we all were affected by the market the last 3 to 6 months. And I apologize for, again, preaching a little bit here, but I see that sentiment a lot. And here's the thing. Your plans increase with often increase with the size of your means. We have a member in the Discord server who's probably got most of us combined in net worth, who had a big drawdown. And obviously, that person's fine no matter what, obviously. But it greatly affected their plans. And I remember thinking about that, just being like, man, I am surprised at how bad I feel for them, because obviously their situation's fine. But it's just, at the end of the day, it's maybe it's an empathy thing that ultimately I want, especially when it comes to people, our members and stuff. I want everyone to win and do well, and ideally do better than I'm doing, and the other coaches for that matter. I think that's a sign of success for what our mission is here. But no matter who it is, I try to stay on that side of the argument. So yeah, I know. I again, sorry for going off on that tangent. Sorry, not sorry. I wanted to go through that thought process of, I think it doesn't matter so much for the number one most wealthy people in the world, obviously, but I do think it's important because it's a slippery slope, and where does it end? In either direction. So anyway. Thanks, Alec. I appreciate you. Yeah, no, all good, DT. We're all good. Okay, well, after that soapbox, I'm out of stuff to talk about. Unless you guys have anything you want to talk about, which I'm happy to talk about. We already hit saddle. Is there anything else? Or maybe we just close up shop and enjoy our weekend? We got a lot of good stuff coming this way. At least where I live, we have nice weather. I'm real excited about more yard work. I gotta seed the whole lawn now. Bunch trees. What? Punch trees. Okay. Well, Minecraft? Did I make a Minecraft reference and I didn't realize it? It's possible. Ow. All right. Well, thanks for joining, everybody. I appreciate you jumping in, stopping by, saying hi. Oh, Chuck Norris. Oh, rest in peace, Chuck Norris. Speaking of punching, thank you, Saul, for that reminder, even though you said the wrong name. I love having all you stop in, and I think it's great that we can talk about anything, or I talk about it. You guys aren't going to be recorded, but you hear me talk about it all. And just nice open conversation. You give me stuff to think about also outside of this stream that I come back on and I'm like, I haven't thought about that. And I think that's the big value of having a communities like this, where we can really bounce ideas off each other, get better together. And this too shall pass. We'll get through rough red weeks like this, and eventually it'll be all-time highs again. Will it be next week, next month, next year? I don't know. But we'll get there. It'll be good. We'll have fun. So, thanks for stopping in. We'll catch you all on the Discord, and I hope you have a good weekend. Be safe out there.